Hi,
Yeah.
this is Diane, and tonight I'm joined by Tree Vultures. Hi, guys. How you doing?
What's
Hello.
up?
All right.
How are you doing?
Good. How are you? How are you coping with this lockdown?
Not well.
Not well.
I don't know if you've got
No.
enough time to answer that question.
Yeah. It's a bit naff, isn't it?
What are you doing to keep yourselves busy?
Oh, just, winding each other up,
DIY, cleaning the house.
Oh, you just seem down.
Well, yeah, we can't do the thing that we love to do, which is travel around the country and perform on the stage.
The social life's just gone out the window, hasn't it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can't see friends or anything really at the moment, so it's all a bit blur.
Where are you based then? You down on the south coast? Where are you from?
Well, there's three of us in Bournemouth, in Dorset, but Ched, the man on my bottom right, where he is on your screen, he lives in Bracknell, which is sort of near London, isn't it, dear? Something like that.
Yeah, Junction 3, the M3, I am.
Yeah,
right. Oh, yeah. So there's quite a few good bands coming out the south coast at the moment. Recently I was down in Southampton, the 1865. So you get over that way as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was you there recently, then, Maya? Like last month or the month before, wasn't it?
The local band to you south of Salem and the Dark were on. So
yeah.
That's a really good gig. My last gig. That'd probably be my last gig for quite a while now.
Yeah. No, they're both doing very well. Very well.
So how long have you known each other then?
Oh, go on, John. You can answer that one.
I've known Ched a couple of years, to put it lightly. I've known Ched probably the longest. No, I've known Aaron the longest.
Yeah, then me.
Yeah, I've known Aaron for like 7 years. Around that time, around about 7 years. That's fair to say, isn't it, Ham?
Yeah, I think that's about right.
Yeah, so we've known each other about 7 years, and I've known Ched about 5 years from playing with him in previous bands, and then Kellen we've known, I don't know, the length of the duration of the band is about 3-4 years.
All right, yeah. So how did you get together then? Were you in band together before?
Well, John and I used to jam together when we were about, I think I was about 21, he'd have been about 17. And then we went our separate ways for a number of years, about 2-3 years. And during Jono's time in his other band, he met Ched, which is handy, very handy. When he said, we need a bass player, I think I know the guy. But then John and I started playing again, about 3 years ago. And the rest is history, so to say.
All right, yeah. How come you got called Tree Vultures? Who came up with that name?
Oh, I think I'll have to admit to that, I think.
Yeah.
There is no real, I don't really know. It just sounded good at the time, but just for a story purpose, I said it come from the Jungle Book. It's the only point of reference I can ever give to it, really. Yeah. It just sounded like a good name at the time, and I thought, wow,
Yeah, as the only one who watched Disney films in the band.
I still do. I sing Hakuna Matata on every road trip just to Ched, and you hate it, don't you, really, mate?
It's an odd choice. I'm not going to lie, but
I know, but when you're sat in traffic, the Lion King makes you feel better, doesn't it?
I guess it's uplifting to some degree.
Yeah, it's a circle of life, mate, isn't it?
It is indeed. As they say, Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, ain't no worries. Oh dear, we're full of puns, full of jokes.
So what's been the highlight for you so far as a band?
Oh, go on, Ham.
Yeah?
I missed that. The audio cracked. Say again.
Sorry. What's been the highlight for you so far as a band?
Oh, the highlight. Well,
there might be more than one.
There's been a couple of good ones. One, I think in my top 10 would probably be when we played in a bar called Florensmarkt in Koblenz in Germany.
Yes, that was a good one, wasn't it?
We had a long old trip. Can I tell the story in detail, John?
Is that what did?
Oh, I'm just going to say it anyway, don't matter. Your credibility's wrecked anyway.
Yeah.
We was coming from Holland, and it was a long old day, pouring rain, long old drive. Got to Germany, about 10 minutes from the venue, get pulled over by the police, and they decided to take Jono and I down the police station.
Really?
Which was stressful. Slapped us with a fine, God knows why. And well, we just had lots of frustration, pent up sort of, just frustration from the day. And we played like the best show we've had for a long, long time. And it was just, the place was sold out. It was hot. It was sticky. It was great.
Yeah.
That's a top 10 moment for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was that again? In Germany?
Yeah, Koblenz in Germany. Venue called Florence Marks.
So you played all around Europe already, yeah?
We've done Europe. Yeah, we've done, I think, Spain, Holland, Germany, Belgium, France.
Yeah. Yeah, blimey.
Am I missing anywhere else?
Yeah, you're getting there.
Scotland. We've done Wales.
Mhm.
Ireland.
I'd like to do Ireland soon. I really do want to do Ireland at some point next year. I think that would be something.
Yeah, okay.
I fancy that'd be good fun, that, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Excellent. Apologies for interrupting if I did.
it's okay.
We were just talking about our greatest achievement.
Yeah, what was
What's
the
your
highlight?
favourite moment?
Highlight been for you so far?
Well, this year,
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, tell us.
this year, I'd say, for the band,
Yeah, of course, the band. You
Well, not
know,
necessarily.
Just talking
You
about my
walk along
personal achievements.
Dormer's Beach or something, you know.
well, I mean, this year's been a real.
turns up late, starts talking about himself.
Mm.
My personal, I mean, my favourite moment this year has probably been the fact that I spent so much time away from John. Actually, no.
I think managing to get Tesco delivery is probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the last single, The Unforeseen, that was the last one that came out. That was really well received. So what was the story behind that one?
Oh, go on, Cheddy. You tell them all, mate.
Well, I'll let Kellen. He wrote the words.
Yeah, go on.
Ched, you take this one, mate.
Okay, all right. Well, I had this riff knocking around, and I brought it to the band, and we had a jam, and we ended up with a song, and then probably about a few weeks later, we ended up with a song after back and forth. It took a couple of weeks, and then the next week, Kel said, "I don't like these words. Going to do it all again." So he scrapped all the words, and then we waited another couple of weeks, and then he came out with what you hear today. So
Right. The Unforeseen.
Yeah.
It was.
It used to be called Black Limo.
It's quite different from the Pull Apart, isn't it? It is quite a change from Pull Apart.
Yeah. Well, funny enough, like I said, Ched just said then it was originally called Black Limousine, and me and Ched sort of finished the new structure the night before we filmed the video for Pull Apart at my house over pizza and whiskey.
Oh, yes. I remember that well.
Surprised it turned out as well as it did after that amount of whiskey, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Never doubt yourselves, guys. I always believe in you.
I believe in Jim Beam, mate. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So what was this? We recorded one in Spain. You did a recording session in Spain, is that right? Yeah.
Go on, Karen. It's your turn, matey.
It all came down to John, really. So, John, why don't you have a bash this one?
Well, we went out to Spain.
Dark there, isn't it?
Yeah, we went to Spain. A friend of mine called Will Mayer, who worked on one of my favorite albums. Is an album by The Answer called Raise a Little Hell, and I think just the production quality overall on that album and the way that the whole record sounded was really something that kind of appealed to me from just listening to the record as an external source, and then having the ability to go and work with him in my previous bands. And he's got such an environment there that really provides you to be able to just create. So you're waking up every day, you're surrounded by music, you're surrounded by you're waking up to your own songs being mixed, and that's something that's really, really special. And having the ability to stay there residentially as the group of you, with not too much going on. So it's not a big city, but it's not a tiny little, there is a shop or two in there and a couple of bars for you to be able to drink. So you're not too distracted from actually being able to create. And I think that is a really good atmosphere that Will has provided in his studio. But just being able to work with Will and send him the songs and have him to be so perceptive and receptive of these songs that we've created, and understand, more importantly, understand the dynamic of the band and how that works, and very easily integrate himself into part of us and understand everyone's personalities and adjust and get the best out of them. I think that when you find that in a producer, that the ability to no matter where it is in anywhere in the world is something you want to be part of. And I think that the guys will vouch for me when I say that it was a great experience for all of us, and that we learned a lot from Will, and we took a lot from how we want to structure our own material, and more importantly, how we want to progress as a band and hone on the sound. I think that's a fair statement. Anyone got to disagree with that one there?
No. All I'll say is that was my highlight.
Maybe
of the year.
paragraph two of that rant. I'm joking, by the way. It was pretty much nailed on the head.
I like your style. Your style sort of like it's heavy, but it's got a grunge feel to it, hasn't it? A bit. Is that from your musical influences? Where would you say you've got that sound from, or is it just a mixture of all of your tastes all put together?
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. I mean, we all bring our own individual to the table, and we all got sort of different backgrounds. We all sort of listen to different things, but then some collective similarities. So yeah, I've probably got a bit from each of us there. Especially like I know like Kel listens to a lot of like folk stuff, and it's all about a story in the lyrics. And I think he executes that quite well in everything we do. So yeah, we've definitely got a little touch from all of our personal styles for sure.
Yeah, it's different, isn't it? Let's next week then, November the 20th. You've got a new single coming out, I believe.
We do.
You tell me a bit about that?
I can, yeah. Run back to the dark.
We could, or we could just tell you nothing about it.
Run back to the dark.
Someone would have to listen to it, wouldn't they? I think Kel should do that because the song is very much a vocally led song, and he's got the most to say about that. So, I mean, it would be unfair for me to take words out of Kellen's mouth that he could deliver so perfectly and poignantly himself.
It's all happening, isn't it? You're planning, like, when this is all over next year. I'm sure you're going to, when the EP comes out in February, doesn't it? So are you planning have you already planned the tour, or are you just going to wait and see what happens?
Well, we got shows on in the calendar, but it is a little difficult at the minute because booking things ahead when there's a whole social distributing and the venues will be open. But nevertheless, we do have things planned, but not at all specifically at the minute.
Well, you just have to play it by ear, I suppose, don't you?
Essentially, but it is on the cards. It really is, yeah.
Where do you see yourselves in 3 years' time from now? Where do you want to be? On Donington?
I think
some major support slots would be nice, wouldn't it, boys?
Yeah, definitely.
Just progressing the band and growing the fan base and growing the family that we have and the vibe and the ethos that we have as a band. I think is really positive and really supportive, and it's such a great community that we've built there. I think that just keep expanding on that would be great. And like Aaron said, provide ourselves with better opportunities to go and play with, some artists that have inspired us and get opportunities to visit festivals and locations and shows that have, ultimately inspired us to do what we do. And having been the other side of that sometimes, I think it's nice to be able to, you take a lot more definitely from somewhere that you've experienced. So if you've experienced Donington as a punter, I think to go there and play as an artist adds so much more to it because you're experiencing it from a completely different perspective as you normally would. Yeah,
great. Right, so finally, do you have a message for anybody watching out there tonight, for your fans? Can you give them a final message before we go?
I mean, if I was going to say anything, I would say thank you so much for all the support that's been provided to us, personally, reaching out to us individually and as a collective. Thank you for everyone who's been part of our fan group and social group and banding together and offering such a community of support for everyone during this horrific period, and just for following us with our new releases and being obviously so supportive and loving towards us with every single release that we've done. We are making new music. That is one thing that is definitely on the cards. And, I don't think it's a secret now to say to people that we are going to be making an album at some point, especially in the next 1 or 2 years, that will be definitely on the cards. We're just making sure it's good enough for everyone to be able to, to give them the music that they deserve. And ultimately, satisfying our own sort of internal vices as well.
Brilliant. Thank you, guys. Thank you for taking time out. And we finally got there in the end. Finally got there, yeah. So thanks for talking to me tonight. All the best with everything that goes on.
Yeah, no, thank you for having us. All the best.
That's okay.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye-bye.